Discovering possibilities and potential with passion every day. This is a TPPN production. Welcome to the iPad Possibilities Podcast, episode number 73, myMemoir. Welcome, and this is the iPad Possibilities Podcast. This is the Friday-Saturday show, the shorter length show that I put out every weekend, so you guys have something to enjoy while most podcasts are still waiting till the next week starts up. So it's Friday, Saturday show, and for today I'm going to be talking about myMemoir. And this is an application designed to write your memoirs in, to write your diary, your journal in. And what I've been finding is it's designed, or perhaps not even designed, but it's capable of doing so much more. So that's what this episode is all about. But before we get to that, I'd like to just share some items with you. And the first is GarageBand for the iPad. This is something I've been desiring for a long time. And I think I found it. I'll be doing some playing a little bit today, tomorrow, next week. And hopefully pretty soon here, I'll have an episode all about GarageBand for the iPad. There are two apps that come to mind here that I've recently discovered that are pretty powerful and pretty similar to what GarageBand is able to do. So very excited to bring that episode out to you sometime next week or the week after. And I'm also planning on doing a PDF markup episode pretty soon here. I'm still doing my research, still trying to find all the apps there so I don't miss anything. But a PDF markup show is coming in the very near future. And I think that's all of the bits of news I have for today. Just remember, please join us Sunday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We meet at tppn.tv and do a live show that comes out Monday or Tuesday. So check us out. We're going to be discussing traveling with your iPad, different apps for that. So with that said, let's get on to the main content for today's show. So the main content here is myMemoir, and this application I discovered when I was in the process, and still am in the process, of reviewing and doing a comparison of a bunch of different diary and journaling apps. So one of the episodes coming up here will be a huge, it's not huge, it's got about 7 apps that I've discovered that are going to be pretty awesome for journaling and diarying and memoiring and all of that on the iPad. So I think the iPad's a great tool to do just that. It feels a very personal tool to many people, myself as well. And it's also a tool that's with you pretty much everywhere. You don't have to carry around a diary anymore because the iPad can become that for you because it's with you pretty much at all times. But one app has really struck my attention, really blown me away in a simple feature that is not found in pretty much any other app in the App Store. And that is its ability to export as an EPUB document. So myMemoir basically works how I guess a couple other journaling apps work, but this app, you simply launch it up and you can start a new journal. So you can have different journals going on at the same time. Say you want to have a prayer journal, a personal journal, a financial journal, whatever it may be. You can have as many journals as you want, and you can customize that journal in a special way to make it feel different and act different when you launch it. So it can have different user interface as far as I guess not user interface, but just different imagery. So you can have a scroll, or you can have something more modern looking. So you can change the imagery all around with each of these journals or memoirs, whatever you want to call them. And as you write, you'll enter like a title of each entry, and you'll have your content. And the cool thing is you can export that as an EPUB. Now what this means is, I think I found the tool for authors on the iPad. For those authors that don't need a bunch of images within their books, this is the tool I think for you guys, that you're able to write your book now on your iPad. You don't need a Mac. You don't need a Windows machine to write your book anymore. You don't need to work in Word anymore if it's something simple, right? You can write your book entirely on the iPad within myMemoir. And within this application, it will export beautifully as an EPUB. So you're ready to go. You're ready to send it to the presses. You're ready to have others read your book. And I've tested this out. This is a beautiful export. It will include a table of contents, and it will be a very, very nicely done export. So the possibilities here for an author are just endless. You're able to be writing multiple books. You'll be able to be working on those on the iPad. You're going to be able to really work on those things in a personal way. You're able to password protect those books to make sure no one else gets early access to the book or whatever, if it's confidential material or if there's some hidden end to the book or something like that. But the cool thing is, I thought this was not going to be possible. I thought I'm going to have to write my book in Pages on the iPad and then use some tool on the Mac to export it as EPUB, or I'm going to have to wait till Pages does EPUB natively, which I think it will at some point in the future. But right now, it works great. The iPad has proved to be a remarkable tool for authors. And this has just blown me away because this is just another thing, another kit, another tool for the toolkit that you can add to your iPad as far as, hey, I can do this too, right? Where every day we're seeing more and more apps being released that add another tool for that toolkit of apps that you can showcase and tell people this is why an iPad is truly remarkable. It's that it can do so much. You know, most ebook readers like the Kindle, you're not going to be able to write your book on it, right? This, you can write your book on it, you can publish your book on it, and you can read your book on it. It's a one-stop shop for all reading, for all writing, and that is a remarkable thing. So I've been very excited to start the review process of all of these apps, but myMemoir just hit me with this remarkable feature that seems so simple, but evidently is very hard to do for many other apps. So myMemoir is pretty powerful. The cool thing, it's only $2. It's only $2 for this application, and that's another cool thing because I'm looking at this application. It's got a lot of cool things in there. There are some in-app purchases to add further customizations to different things, but for $2 you get quite a lot, and it's really blown me away. And I'm very anxious to kind of compare the different diary apps and do all of that, and that'll come in a couple weeks here. I've got a lot of episodes that are backlogged here that I want to get out, but you can only do so much with 3 episodes a week. So it's coming, and I just wanted to give you a preview with this fantastic app called myMemoir that does something very special with EPUB export. So with that said, I want to just let you know how you can support this podcast. You can do that by going to tppn.tv and going to the iPad Premium page and becoming a premium member. I'll start doing some more videos with OmniFocus and just some more visual stuff there. And if you want to leave your feedback, you can do that by emailing me at iPadPossibilities@gmail.com or calling in the 209-542-iPad and leaving your voicemail there. So with that said, you've been listening to the iPad Possibilities Podcast on tppn.tv. Until Sunday night, this is Tim, and I will talk to you guys again then.